We're going to have a new one. I can only laugh at myself so much. Hi, I am sharing and caring. Woohoo! Today is Funday Sunday, and we will be talking about a video that Morgueofficial talks about, which is the devil and God. Are they one? I'm going to be honest. I really think I got in an argument with a friend of mine, and it was about how to pray. And I go, you know what? I don't know about you. I think if you're a real God, I wouldn't really have to pray. You just know I was thinking of you and I was going through hell. And he's like, no, it doesn't work that way. Well, shoot, it sounds like this person just wants to feel good about themselves. I was like, right about it too. Okay, I gotta. All right. It's only showing. Do I got anyone yet? I'm trying to do. All right. My videos. It's not showing the live, the newest one. Friday art. Saturday. Okay. Cooking with Omega. Podcast. Oh, here it is. View channel. There it is. Funday Sunday talking about Morgueofficial. Hopefully I spelled everything right. That's my biggest thing. Oh my gosh, I spelled that wrong. I have to fix that. I gotta edit before somebody goes, oh God. All right, that's it. It's good. Okay. I was like, so we will be talking about Morgueofficial. I gotta share. All right, there we go. This one's easy. X is easy to share. All right, there we go. See, well, we had the last of our winter. It would be our fall. There were some booths missing, including my work booth. I'm going to be honest with you. This was the first fall fest I got to enjoy, and I didn't have the money. I was so mad. The first fall fest in a while that I got to enjoy, I was like, man. A lot of people felt that way. They felt freedom, freedom, freedom. Yeah. So Hi, this is Omega. We're going to be talking about Morgueofficial. We're talking about, are you thinking what I'm thinking? And I thought about this many times. I'm sitting there, what my dad used to say. He goes, the playing field isn't what you think it is. I go, what, Dad? He wouldn't tell me everything, but he kept me on an even keel that um, he kept talking about integrating your souls and stuff. I didn't know how to do that when I got older. And I don't even think my dad knew, but he was an intelligent person. I think he was on the cusp of knowledge of that. So, anyway, what had happened? Yeah.
I'm taking a leak. I said I'm taking a leak.
Thank you, Devin. I'm live.
Good. Well, you're right next to the bathroom. I don't want you walking in.
I'm not going to be walking in when I hear you. God dang.
I'm kidding. This house is designed wrong. Who puts a bathroom next to the office? Actually, no. Who makes an office? We have to go to the bathroom and go to the office.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of funny. I got a toilet office.
That's a really bad design flaw. Like, whoever made the floor in this house was an idiot.
Actually, this would make a nice part of the bathroom. To be honest, if I had the money, I'd just knock this wall down and this would be a big ass bathroom. It doesn't belong being an office. Sorry. There's just, nah, it needs to be a big bathroom. I'm going to be honest. There's a lot of people who have offices in their bathrooms and they're really nice. And I'm thinking this would be one of them, just a bigger part of the bathroom. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing. So, since I got nobody here, I'm just waiting for people to come in and, we can, give an idea. I'm not going to tell. A lot of times I would get mad at somebody and I'd go, I'm not praying to your God. Your God sucks, man. You go and you ask for help and things get worse. Oh, that's not the God I want. Yeah, you could keep your God. The one that you have to kill your kids. You got to, kill your wife. These are in the Bible. All the things that are not, you the preachers always put all that wonderful positive thing. They're like a special Tinkerbell, but the reality of this, and I'm going to be honest with you, the reality of this is it's way darker. You really need to read the Bible. And if you want to, you can follow right with along, and you can say, hey, I want to prove this person wrong, go follow. I got all that information right down on Morgueofficial. Please help yourself. Please prove him wrong because it's something even my dad talked about. He said there was a movie out where angels were actually falling from heaven. They were showing them with their wings and stuff, and they were showing wars that lasted thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Do you think that's like an awake person back in the 90s writing this and going, um, these aren't angels, they're mind, they're trying to save humanity, they're trying to save these souls, and these are the remnants of that. So anyway, I have been very happy. I've been kind of lazy though. I've been feeling kind of, just like but I make myself do stuff. I have to by Sunday. Shoot. So today I cleaned my bathroom. I have to have a clean bathroom. I cannot deal with a dirty bathroom. So I clean my bathroom and then afterwards, I do my wash my tenny boppers. I got to get them outside after I'm done here. I hope they don't get stolen, but Anyway, I wash them once a month, and then I put them the laces all back on there and wear them whole another month, and get them washed again. So I found some shampooing, so I didn't need to buy any because big area. I want to get the main area where all the shit was at. And then after I'm done with that, I'm going to be doing a lot of moving around in here, trying to get things put together and slowly get where I'm going to be honest, I loved coming in here. It was my little private area, and I would go and smoke my weed, you know. So yeah. It was my little private area, and then for some reason, I don't know what it was. I'm still trying to figure it out. Um, my ex used to be back here all the time, and I would just clean up and move things around. It was when I started making it a closet too, because a small closet, and he didn't allow me to use a closet in the other room, so I started using this room, and he came in less. I thought it was real weird. So he started hanging out over somewhere else in the house, and this became kind of my room. I kind of took it over, which is weird because I never had that power before. Hmm. So I thought that was kind of odd. So here we go. Salute. That See, John came on for a moment, and I was like, "Oh, my friend John." I needed to tell him what's going on. I need to get like where he So, how is everyone's Sunday been? We always have lurkers. So, please come on down. I've seen this show with Ted Danson. It's called The Good Place. Check your internet where you can find it, because these people, all the people that go there, they're big assholes. I mean, real big assholes. Not just, you may think they did all these good things, but they did something to end up in the bad place, but they were doing this thing scene with and it's really funny. They had 4 seasons. I seen 2 out of the 4, so I really need to get caught up. But I thought it was funny how people there were thinking that they were in heaven, and I'm sitting there thinking, well, what about here? Really? We think that we're, living our not so good life, but we got to make the best of it. So here it is. It's like, wow, 15 minutes. Ooh. Yeah, I've gotten a lot more done than what I thought. Yesterday, I went home after dropping a coworker off. I went home to bed. I was like, tired, a lot of energy. Hi. Today, we will be talking about Morgueofficial, and down below is about what we are talking about, which a lot of people have questioned, who is this dude? Man, I remember getting in an argument with a friend going, I don't know about you, but I don't like your God, is what I told him. I wasn't brought up to like this guy. My dad just didn't mesh. And he taught me different. And it was like, I forgot. I just, things were going so good in my life. And then I included the fake God, and oh my gosh, my life really was crappy. I mean, really crappy. And everything after a while just was like, I didn't give a shit no more. That's what I felt like. I didn't give a shit. Woo! And after a while, it was like after 2012, it's like I started to wake up. It was really weird. So, in a way, maybe the Mayans were right. Maybe time did stop. And there's a fight going on, a fight for our souls, our minds, and all above, our freedom. And maybe we'll be able to break out soon, whatever it is, and look at the video below. Yeah, I've been getting my jits. So I got one here. I'm like, dang it. So yeah, down below, you will see that link. You will get answers. You will go, uh-huh. I thought, if you're at that you need to subscribe to him. He knows what he's talking about. He does. He's a good person. Go see Morgueofficial. He will set you straight. If you got other questions or you really want more in depth, you can belong to his subscribe and you get extra perks. So yeah, after about 2 months of paying $1,000 a month or more, because you see my divorce creed shit, it said I had to pay the electric, and Mr. Hot Pants decided to turn up the air, and yeah, I paid through the pocket. Yeah, I told him, I can only pay 400. I'm trying to put my channel on a more positive note. So yeah, and the thing I picked is something I already seen. So I seen some of his new stuff. I'm like, God, I wish I had more time, but I gotta I'm going to say I seen this and it's a good video. He really puts his heart into it. Go see Morgueofficial. It's about God and the devil. Are they one and the same? And it states it in the Bible. So, and if you don't like what I'm fine. I'm wondering, it's like, God dang. Mm, I was kind of hungry, so. When it gets later at night or when it starts getting dark, because we have a metal roof, it always sounds like there's something crawling up there, and it's not. It's just the change in the temperature and the roof metal expanding, moving around with the temperature, I guess you could say. It always makes me want to look up, though. It's like, oh, okay. That's why I look outside. Oh, it's getting dark. Oh, winter is coming upon us, but this is the first fall festival that is actually, it was warm. I mean, actually, it was over warm. If you want to, please chat over here. Feel free to tell me where you're from. And also, if I know someone's there, do you believe that? I'm going to be honest. For the longest time, I was like, Jesus Christ, this is horrible. My ex is God, and many other people's God, not mine. No, no. I tried worshiping that crazy SOB. Oh boy, and bad stuff happened to me. I look what I married. God dang, trying to get rid of that. Mm-mm-mm. He's lazy. He's like that person that was hired for a full-time job and only can work part-time. That's how it went. It just is what it is. But yeah, I get surprised when he does certain things. I go, oh, there's always it is what it is. What I hope is to buy my ex out next year and be able to start my own life again. Hi, we are talking about Morgueofficial. Excuse me. I didn't mean to show a boob shot, okay? I'm not being cheap like that. I have nowhere else to put it. I got my kids' knickknacks and stuff like that. But anyway, if you go down below, you will oh, I could have put it back this way. Okay. Um, you'll see I got a Morgueofficial. It's about dealing with, and he goes really in depth. So I can't just, put out this stuff and make notes, but I can tell you, and I will send you to him because he explains it so much better. Subscribe if you got any questions. He'll answer them for you. I'm sure about it. So we're in. Oh shoot! I lost the person. That's what happens when you smoke weed. Ah. Excuse me. That's better. Thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up. Now, I have seen, let's just put it this way. I was told, and by my ex, yeah, this you're doing with the fake God. You got to go, and I'd go to midnight mass, do all this stuff. Oh man, if you do this, I'm going to punish you if you're a bad wife and all that. I was just like, crap. Oh man, this guy, man, you better toe the line, or he may salt your ass up. That's what I thought. I'm like, oh shit, man, I better be good. Because my ex used to sit there and talk about Saul was such a good guy. And I'm like, really? So my dad and I, one day, I go and visit him over, and he's like the next town over. He's over in he's he's over in the better area. I lived in Detroit, and I visited him in my childhood home in Holly. And I'm like, ooh, yeah, go and visit him and have a good time. I go, Dad. And I said about Saul, and he goes, do you read the Bible? I go, really? Not since, it's been like, oh, no, not the children's Bible. Go get the one in my study. And he showed me. Hmm. He goes, Saul was not a nice guy. He really wasn't. And he was just like, and think about it, this is the God that you're going, hey, he's going to pick out the perfect person. Yeah, I think he just goes, let's see, eeny, meeny, miny. Ah, there you go. Yeah, I'll pick you. Because that's how I used to make fun of him all the time. I said, the true one, the spark that we are from, that's where we're from. Not idiot or us. He wants to be praised upon something he didn't even create. He was kind of hide, you know. Forgot all about it. I just didn't care about life. And then when I started fighting back with what my dad used to call the troll, the one who goes underneath our raid maybe bridges and takes hey, that's my bridge. I built that even though he didn't, and he collects fees. That was working being with Mr. Fun Pants. Once I divorced him, things started getting better and better. It just took a while because, God, Lord, I was so depressed. I didn't do nothing. I mean, this room sat for 2 years with me doing nothing. And when I finally started to meditate and just, I'd watch meditation videos over and over. And then I in between the meditation videos was Morgueofficial, and I'm like, oh, cool. I'll just, click on that. You feeling better, and also it's taking care of your body. If you have severe vitamin deficiency, it will cause crap too in your life. Magnesium also helps with your sleeping. It helps with digestion. You want to take enough vitamins. The biggest thing I notice that older people have is that they are the vitamin D deficient. So make sure you get enough vitamin D, vitamins so you won't be deficient. Make sure you at least get a blood test once a year just to make sure you're all, healthy. I get a blood test once a year, make sure I'm all healthy. So my dad always taught me that, and I think it just was so bummed out and stressed, and I just didn't know where to go. I On here I started talking with someone, and he was like, "Well, I'll help you pray." After a while, things got really, really, really bad where I was working. I mean, real bad, and my home life was just a big too. So I would be real sad and wenching on here, and then I got real mad at my friend and says, "I don't believe in your God." Oh God, no! I'm going back to what I the foundation, and I started meditating and just purging everything from God and just meditating and spark of what I the original spark. We are part of it. And that's all I'm doing is just getting my life back together. Sometimes I gotta push myself because they got some good shows on TV. My cat seems to like to change them, then I gotta change them back because he goes with the remotes. I got two remotes, and for some reason, I put them both on the bed, and he just loves to walk on them for some odd reason. So, yeah. But please check out Morgueofficial down below and learn something new. This is something new. We're talking about Morgueofficial. We're talking about what he's talking about, which is what I have down below is what do you think? What God praying to is what I'm putting out there. What God have you been praying to? So we have that's what I've been doing is just rediscovering myself and just, I actually sat back and I thought, it reminded me of seeing on Friends, they have this episode where this really good looking woman is working with um, one of the guys, and he's the one with the dinosaur bones and stuff, and everyone wants to go out with this girl, and finally he gets a date with her, and he's all excited. So he goes to her apartment, and it is like nasty, look like like she ate her disposable meal and just sat it there and never picked it up. Just clothes all over, it's just nasty. Romantic because he said he would try to get romantic with her, and there was a cockroach, right on there or whatever. And it kind of made me think, who would want to date me if I have crap in this house and it's not put together at least enough to where it resembles human beings live here, including myself. So I have to ante up and clean up my mess. Even if some of the stuff isn't my mess, I still have to clean this room, even though I wasn't the one that damaged it. It just is what it is. So that's where I'm at in that part. But it took me a lot, and it took me a lot to pick myself up to go, okay, it would be understandable why a man wouldn't even, I don't even think a man would want to come and visit me, even if have senior psychopaths. I mean, it's just, what he wanted, which would mean I'd be left with a shitload of stuff. That's why I wanted him to go through the one room that had all the cans to now go through and take all his stuff that he wants and stage it over in the living room. So, because I want to eventually buy this house and I don't want him to spend 6 months living here. I got to kind of put a thing. Usually, when you buy a house and if you buy it cash, well, if you buy it through bank, which would take about a month or so, they get a little knowledge. Okay, it's 2 weeks with cash and it's about a month to a month and a half with the bank loan. And it gives him a little time to get a move on, like get the out. Mhm. So, and that's where I am with that. It has helped me out. You read a lot of the stuff and you're like, wow, that makes sense. They have other videos that are just so informative about taking your good and bad, combining it, making the bad where it works with the good and it doesn't act out. Like if it works for me because it makes me feel a lot more blessed. It really does. When you're dealing with, like, say, I was told by my friend, yeah, maybe you should just go to the doctors. I go, I don't know. So I went to the doctors and they took my blood pressure. That's all they took. And then I tell them my problem. And I'm like, really? No scan? Wow. That kind of sucked. So, yeah. So let's hope everybody here is having a really good day. I am just going to, since I only have one person who is on at the moment, I'm just going to leave. It's a good Sunday. So, all right. If somebody doesn't show up, I'm just going to leave. Have a good one. All right.